Hello everyone, my name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing tonight? Well, obviously we're doing stuff tonight. Finished some things, did some things the other night. I don't think this is going to be a very long stream tonight, but I always say that it goes 4 hours. But hey, what do I say? So, Snow White had 7 dwarves who had the 6... Back on track. Generally speaking, this is the July Goose to Notocracy. I've been getting some really good answers and really good feedback on this one. How everybody hates it and nothing makes sense. And it's really funny that way. So I'm really curious to see what people's reactions are when they learn what the actual notes are. If you haven't voted yet, you can go vote right now in Poll Town, and you totally should. Yes, welcome to the democratic process. May God have mercy on our souls. We've got 26 votes in, actually. My hope is to get up to 30 of my 200-person server. But yeah, I always find that very fascinating. How's the nightmare going? Show the answers. I will learn new insults just to show you those new insults when the votes come out. Currently, our various answers include more gay wrestling. What the fuck? Notepad, this is the worst vote yet. Just Sneed. It'd help if I knew what the fuck I was voting for, but yeah, sure. Let's say fuck the cops, I guess. More design thunks, please. I like the cyberpunk one. Don't skip your meds. I always skip my meds. Cunny School. Do riffs. Everything is great. More streams. Settlers of Catan. Nah. Go forth and multiply. Legitimately, what the fuck? I'm on the shitter at my gay-ass job, and this is the best poll yet. Fuck my classmates. You have a cute butt, and I will eat it soon. Yay. I think we're doing pretty productive today. I don't know about all of you folks. Sneed. I mean, you have to sneed. Sorry, everyone. Welcome to Notepad's Feed and Seed. Formerly Chuck's. But yes, generally speaking, this is what we're going to be working on today. Welcome to, probably the first big game I actually wrote. All 113 pages of the first game I wrote. Yeah, Blood, Coin, and Steel has been around for quite a while at this point. It's a rather extensive game, if you would believe it. Simply because it's fucking huge. There's a lot to this game. The original version of it, if we really kind of go back in time, let's go back to the past, everybody. The original version is technically in here a little bit. There's a few different versions of it, but the basic premise is just BCS, and you use these with it. Because, let me see if I can find the original. Do I even have the original? Is this the original version? Yeah. I believe this is the original version of things. Yeah, this was really bad. Like, really, really bad. This is quite literally, yeah, this was effectively, Ice and Fire Role-Playing 2nd edition by me. It was bad. It was really, really, really bad. I even go into things like, here's my design document, like, here's, like, a bunch of references, of, like, me trying to make things look well. It never did. People enjoyed it, though. People really enjoyed it. And technically, these are all the various expansions I did for it. Do you want to live through the entire Blackfire Rebellion and various dynastic improvements? It's all right here. I go into rather dramatic, just like, here's a bunch of ideas of, like, rewriting the entirety of, like, how dynasties work. Simply because I thought it was important. all the various children mechanics, all various just characters and different parts of it. There are some which are very, very, very particular, such as my person, being a concubine of a, having a demanding lover, just being a disgrace and everybody hates you. Being impotent. Then you have the entire rather extensive Night's Watch expansion. Simply because people wanted more Night's Watch expansion stuff. So I added more. And I added things like, hey, going on what's written, what's expected, no women are on the wall. They are the gift, new gift, and lands beyond the wall. Night's Watchman characters, but various bits and pieces here. I went pretty deep on things. That was kind of the point of it. I wanted to add as much as I could on things, including the technical grand campaign, which is about 300 literal years of game that you can play. It is entirely possible to do about 300 years of play, and I have to write out the entire history of every single Targaryen because I had to. And there are different, notes going on for every location. Everyone had different, issues and problems. It's great. Yeah. Various alternate scenarios, more different drawbacks and notes. Various minor expansions of just me adding very small pieces. Snee, didn't you already make a mercenary TTRPG? This is a little bit different. People play Blood, Coin, and Steel and told you how much they liked it. Yeah, they are being a disgrace. Let's see. Did Nightwatch ever get land beyond the wall ever? In canon, in the actual canon, we also got a Manly, by the way. Let me bring up Manly. Hello, Tragedy and Manly. In actual canonical sense, the Night's Watch did get land beyond the walls every now and again. They would strike out, they would form something, but they would almost immediately lose it. Immediately, because to give you the idea, the wildlings are not human. They are literal magic because they just keep making people, even though nothing should live up there. There is an endless number of wildlings and an endless number of wildlings who can create more wildlings. Very impressive. Didn't you already make a mercenary TTRPG? I did make a mercenary TTRPG a long time ago. I've made a few. The original one with the Essos. The original Essos one for this one was about sellsword companies. Because in the books, in the Game of Thrones books, they actually talk about things like the Gold Company and the various mercenary companies and things like that in Essos. That was always a promised, planned feature of the Green Ronin Song of Ice and Fire books. It just never was made. And because it was never made, I made it a point to add it in effectively. I wanted to give people that was a big priority. Essos also included playing merchant houses. You could play all the Essos, any of the Essos major merchant families in there. The entire idea behind the sellsword companies is that you are always failing. That's a big issue with the mercenary companies. You are always failing. Every single thing you do is burning down your resources. It's very hard to stay, afloat effectively. But the entire concept is, instead of kind of more of a generational game, it's more of a generational company game. The members of this company that collapse go on to form a different company, and then you go on to form a different company, and then you form a different company. That's kind of the idea, is like, we've reformed the company 4 times under different leadership, and every time it's a little bit different, and people seem to like that a lot. The big one, people actually ran one of the starting adventures with BCS, and it works really well, apparently, because I added a lot of mechanics about instant killing people, because that's what combat's like. It's a very weird combat system, because that's not the point. Wasn't the Night Watch constantly understaffed, shit morale, and had no support from anyone, so they couldn't fully do its job? The Night's Watch, when we see them in the books, they are chronically understaffed, undersupported, under everything, because nothing has happened in so long. No one wants to pretty much burn money on that. Nobody wants to. It's the Stark's job to do, and the Starks don't want to. But throughout history, there has been pretty active support for the Night's Watch, and there's been, that's where like the gift and the new gift came in, because the idea of the gift and the new gift is you now have access to they have taxes, effectively. They have ceded land to the Night's Watch so they may collect taxes. They don't usually, because they just don't have people, because who the fuck wants to be a Night's Watchman? It sucks. It's a miserable experience for criminals and dumbasses. Mostly because it's like every single again, you have to remember this. Every single character in Westeros is a complete fucking psychopath. There is no good people in George R. R. Martin's world. And whatever good people there are is like immediately countered by something horrible happening to them. It's like, hey everyone, what do you believe in? I believe in chivalry and noble honor. Cool. Now go rape someone every single time. Every time. But yes, Blood, Coin, and Steel is technically all of those expansions added together into a single document. There is a lot of this, by the way. But I'm going to give you a very, very nasty little secret here. Very important secret. I'm going to take all of this, pretty much, let's just say from like right here. And we're just going to go... Actually, you know, I know how to do this even easier. We're just going to take this. We're going to all of you... this, we're going to hit Control C, we're going to hit Control A, delete, then paste it back in. Why did I do that? Notepad, why have you just completely annihilated all this work and effort you've put into this game? Why have you done such a thing? Well, it's right here. The main thing is, this book is organized terribly. It is a terrible, terrible game laid out by a cretin from 2019, otherwise known as me. We need to effectively remajigger this entire book from the ground up. I don't even have things like prefaces. Yeah, I don't have a preface or anything like it in this book, because generally speaking, why would I need a preface? That's not how this works. So yeah, we're going to be kind of working from the ground up a little bit here. So let's have some fun, everyone. So, every pony. First things first, I want to do some quintessential. Quintessential does not work for this because there's this big thing above it. Actually, maybe we do... Maybe we do paragraph styles. We do 000. Okay. We need to get rid of that. So let me do some finagling. Because the thing currently going on is there's this gap up above that's a little annoying. Don't know how to get rid of the gap. Unless I do single. or paragraph. If I remove the space before the paragraph, it'll work. So do I want to keep... Borders and shading. We do maybe 2 points. We'd have to go to 3 points. Okay, we go to 3 points. You have to go up to 4 points. Welcome to game design, everybody. We have to go to the 5 points. Let's just do 6 points. Okay. So if we do that, we rework that. It looks a little janky here, but everything will fit nicely together. And that's really what that's the real thing I care about. All the rest of this bullshit doesn't really matter as much. All that really matters is me getting what I want. Thanks for the acknowledgements. Okay, so now we get to select you. Heading 2. What we want to do? See, heading 1. Let's do heading 2. Heading 2, we're going to be doing quintessential. You're 28, we do 24. We remove the space there, remove space after paragraph. We that paragraph styles up, down, and we put that at a 4 point maybe. Go. Update heading 2. Now we do this. You paste it again. Not head it. We do heading 3 now. You're 28. You're 24. You would be 20. 20. We would put you as borders and shading 1, 2. Put you at heading 4. Something. Oh. Welcome to game design, otherwise known as me trying to figure out how to make things look just right, and it never will. So if we do something like this, everything should work just fine. So how did your storyteller system work? Never wrote storyteller stuff. God, I love the general history of. I just hate its Western wuxia. Isn't it stereotype wuxia full of sordid with overly grandiose names, absolute psychopaths and sociopaths, and over-the-top magic? So it's a stereotype. So by mistake, it's not a stereotype with skill aside from a horde of sociopaths. Fuck. Wuxia is a circle talking about how embracing Chinese religious norms makes you superheroes. Yeah, I'm straight. Remember a Valor RPG? Nah. See, the thing with Game of Thrones is coming... How do I want to... It is the definition of mudcore. And I mean that in the most negative way possible. Like... Because it is mudcore in the idea that, like, every single person is just bad. Like, oh, there's nothing good in life. No one is ever happy. And if you're happy, everything is going to inevitably make sure that you're not happy as soon as physically possible. Because if you're happy, obviously this isn't realistic enough. And, like, if you ever hear anyone say, like, oh, well, it's more realistic for characters to be fucking miserable or whatever, that is that weird mudcore bullshit going on. Like, oh, no character can ever be happy because anyone being happy is unrealistic. It's unrealistic to be, and have just be just nice and be good. No, it's unrealistic. No one, everyone in fucking, everyone in Lord of the Rings, none of them are happy. Everyone has to be miserable. If you're not miserable, you're doing it wrong, and the only people happy are bad. I'm trying to think of what the best fucking font would be. Thought I had it last night, and it's not jiving with me. It is not jiving. It is not my jive turkey moment. So if I want to be... Give me some lore. Give me some lorem ipsum, everybody. Hey, baby, give me some lorem ipsum. I love me some lorem ipsum. Lorem get some. So, let's see. It seems a little bold. Can we get something lighter? Shadowmarin? Shadowmarin seems weird. Barlow. Leto, not Laura. No one uses Laura. Lexant. No, we're not using fucking Lexant. Leto? It was usually pretty reliable. Thing is, there's just a lot of text in this game. So it's like if we do this. Okay, I think we'll stick with Leda. Leda will... preface. What the fuck is Mudcard? Why do I immediately hate it? Oh, it's just pessimism. It's not necessarily even pessimism. It's just everything is awful. Everything has always been awful. And what's Aragorn's tax policy? What's Aragorn's tax policy? It's just like no one can ever be happy. No one can ever be happy in Mudcore because that's not realistic. It's not realistic for people to be to enjoy life. Bloodcoin and Steel. Bloodcoin and Steel is is one of my, if not the oldest projects. Oldest projects under the name Notepad. Under the name Notepad add-on. Hell, it was the place where I dubbed the name by a random add-on in the Song of Ice and Fire thread on TG. This was also one of it's also one of my larger games. Clocking in fully at a little over 100 pages. The original version, a Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game 2E, was spread over multiple documents, covering just about anything I thought would be appropriate. BCS proper was compiling everything together in a singular document. As well as purging any mention of Game of Thrones or its ilk, purging any mention of Game of Thrones or its franchise, for some fear of the copyright goblin. Copyright goblin coming to kill me. Coming to kill me. So it became. I have used this I've used this previously in a saga of Blood Iron Soil, a saga of Blood Iron and Soil about the colonization and subsequent about the colonization and subsequent this is the root of that game, but this is the root of that game, a root that's been mangled, and left to rot over the years. But today I plan on attempting to fix it up to be a bit more pretty. God help us all. God help us all. God help us all. It's Devon time. It's Devon time. Just like it's Morbin time, it's always Devon time. Yeah, that is literally the reason BCS came to exist, was because I was scared of copyright goblins coming to kill me. I'm like, oh, someone's going to sue me for this, so I don't want to get sued. So I immediately like killed everything about it. It's Devon time. Yeah, I just say the similar games that are like that, but just, I mean, it's the goofy 90s, early 2000s, looks back with heavy timid glad to the point he always sees a reflection of his own eyeballs. Displays of magical power, fantasy race, flying across the land, and magitech coolness. Well, the thing is, when Game of Thrones came out, because like the thing is, people think like Game of Thrones is from the 2000s. No, Game of Thrones has been around for a while. When was the original, the original book came out in 1996. Kind of that 96 era. Like, that's kind of one of the big things. It is a fairly long-running, like, how do I want to word this? It's a fairly long-running series. Game of Thrones came out at kind of a weird point. We were kind of, yeah, oh god, the 90s, the Edge era. That's kind of, you can make an argument for that, because, you know, Martin had some ties to the comic book industry and things like that. Hello, phone. Because one of the big things about it was, there were some, like, fantasy things, but it was like, yeah, let's talk about something a little darker, a little bit more real, and it's fantasy for realsies. And it was always a good contrast to a lot of other, if you look at it as the diametric opposite of, it's on the different side of the coin of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is effectively a happy-go-lucky story about something terrible beyond the horizon, and we have to stop it. There are grim things that happen in Lord of the Rings, some pretty nasty things that happen. People die, people go down, but it's like, generally speaking, things are like, you know, the hearts of men will not falter this day, you know, kind of thing. And it is, like, good. Like, the thing is, like, people are good in Lord of the Rings. People try to help people. And people who are clearly not well, or things that are not doing good, look the part. Wormtongue is literally an evil vizier, literally, who can only be more evil sounding if he fucking calls himself Dark Evil McBad Person. You, the reader, automatically know, hey, Dark Bad McEvil Person is probably going to be evil. And the answer is, wow, you did it. You sussed that out really easy. Aw, man, who's the Who's the main general at Pelennor Fields? It's fucking the Witch King of Angmar. Just say the Witch King of Angmar. Does that like really inspire like he must be a good guy? No. Like that's the funny thing. Like it's like there's nothing positive about like no villain in Lord of the Rings no villain in Lord of the Rings like sounds noble or good. Like no, they're all fucking horrible. Because the thing is, it's like people just suffer in Game of Thrones. Like that's one of the things. People suffer. It's not just cold, it's biting cold. It's not, you know, we don't find a bunch of puppies. Like you find a bunch of puppies and it's like, oh boy, puppies. Every single one of those dire wolves are fucking dead. Except one. I think 2 of them aren't dead. 2. And the only reason one isn't dead because George R. R. Martin didn't want to kill it. But like, and no, there's 3 of them that aren't dead. It's like that's kind of the amusing thing. It's like, hey, like everyone dies. Hey everyone, here's the Red Wedding. People just die miserably in a miserable state of affair. Then you get resurrected to be more miserable. Hi, Lady Stoneheart, the stupidest fucking thing in the books. You have the graphic shitting scene. There's an entire section of that book of Daenerys just shitting herself. And the more she drank, the more she shat. But that's just like that is the entire like summary of the books. The more the more you drink, the more you shat. And that's all it is. Every single character is terrible because you get characters like Tyrion, for example. I love Tyrion. He's a great fucking character. Tyrion literally does everything in his power to be happy. Isn't the fact that Martin was in Vietnam also a major influence as well? Martin didn't go to Vietnam. He didn't. He pulled the pacifist card and didn't go. That's a pretty major thing. He did not go to Vietnam. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, he didn't go to Vietnam or anything like that. No, and again, that's kind of people kind of point that out. Yeah, the cabbages, Martin. How do they grow? Cabbages grow in your goofy ass season system. Yeah, like we don't even address shit like that. We don't address shit like Dorne. Like we don't talk about things like that because you can't. Because everything must be more miserable. Like how do we make things more miserable? And hey, yeah, it was sci-fi, but kind of during that 70s, 80s period, like sci-fi and fantasy, you could kind of do both pretty reliably. Because you get people like Moorcock during that era, where Moorcock was almost outright being like, this character has a laser gun. It's also a sword. Fuck you. That was Moorcock's usually approach to most things in life. Like, I think that's kind of like the big thing with Martin is like Tyrion does things in that fucking book series to just make himself happy, and it always universally fails. And it's not even like a small failure. No, it's like catastrophic. Everyone is miserable forever now. Tyrion, go die in a hole. We hate you. And then he's like, okay, I think I will. And then everyone's like, Tyrion, no, you're the only intelligent character in the entire fucking series. Tyrion, no, you're too smart to die. I mean, like, he just told me to die. I mean, like, we didn't mean it. No. Don't worry, I'm learning water dancing. Oh. Let's see. Blood, Coin, and Spiel by Sebastian Manderley. Sebaston. So we're gonna go over to Saga of Sim. Let's see. Yeah, because I actually like. Let's do this real fast. We're gonna take this. We need to start off by. The proper one is. How would you write this? It would be there we go. Dynastic epic of virtue and vice. So, Blood, Coin, and Steel. Blood, Coin, and Steel is a generational game taking place. Actually, Blood, Coin, and Steel is a generational game taking place. Taking place in any setting or place where vast dynasties and terrible tyrants and even the bloody warfare and not vast dynasties, terrible tyrants, and the interlocking nature of human beings take place. The players take the role of a family or group of individuals. Let's see, take the role of family or group trying to survive in such a situation. They may be a noble family. Of a faraway fairy kingdom, bickering with the summer courts, summer and winter courts, or the vast or the what would be a good tyrant, despotic, or the despotic barbarian despotic barbarian clans of a deep northern kingdom. A kingdom held together by a champ, held together by little more than culture. Blood, Coin, and Steel is a game about people, their actions, their virtues, and their sins as they struggle with or against the blood that flows through their veins. DCS is played with 3 to 4 D6s, 3 to 4 six-sided dice, D6 or D6s. 3 to 5, 3 to 5. 3 to 5 players taking the role of actors, characters. What would be a good term for what would be a good term for player characters? Actually, we call them characters. 3 to 5 players will take the role of characters. Vessels. 3 to 5 players will be taking the role of characters, actors, protagonists. If we want to. Persona, bang! We already used personas. Thank you very much. Apostles. Because they don't really have a name necessarily. Like, that's the thing. They're just characters. Actually, you know. Well, yeah. I'll take the role of characters. While another player will be the judge. Will be the judge to run the game. The judge is both arbiter and narrator. Telling the story, but never the actions of the characters in their telling the story, but never actions of the characters in their do narrative up here in their story. Telling the narrative, but never the action of the characters in their story. This is where things get a little bit obtuse, so a player will take the role of a character from the Let's see. A player will take the role of a character. They will design to be part of the initial family or group. This is their acting. Character for the time being. Time is not static in BCS. Years will pass. Decades will march on. Characters will age, change, and eventually meet their demise. Should a player wish, they may always retire a character. Retire their active character. Always retire their active character. Take up the role of one related to the family, related to the core group. Players may not take the role. Take the role of any retired characters. Players may not take the role of any retired characters after as their story has reached its conclusion. Let's see. Yep, very simple to understand. I think the Japanese have enough problems. Or Muse or something like those Greek masks. I think we'll use character just for like for the idea of the acting character. So if we go here, how do I want to do? Actually. Trial and tribulation. Kind of we set the tone initially, and then we go into like, this is how you're going to actually be playing. This is what the game is. Game is whenever a player wants to perform, whenever a character is performing an action with a chance of failure, comma, or is in direct opposition of another character, they will make a trial. They will make a trial. Trials have the character. Let's see. Trials have, again, I guess we can this is their acting character, or AC. See, trials will have the AC of the acting character. Actually, no, trials will have the character. Trials will have the character roll 2d6 plus and add their skill attempting to reach or exceed a target number TN set by the judge. If they are successful, they will pass the trial and succeed. If they fail, they will suffer the consequences. They will suffer the consequences, or they will suffer the consequence. Peasy, lemon, squeeziano. Here. So, during opposed trials, both of the characters will roll their 2d6 plus skill and total the result. Whoever has the highest total will succeed. If both will beat the other. If they are successful, if there is a tie, with both scoring the same value, then whoever possesses the highest skill will emerge victorious. Then whoever possesses the highest skill will emerge victorious. If that is also the same, the oldest character will succeed. If there is another tie from there, reroll the tile. Pretty much, older characters are gonna beat you if you are If you have that. So even if you're like a year older, they're just gonna win. Hello, Manly. Hello. No, these are the Tragedians from Pathologic, Manly. Come on. Like you don't even know your basic fucking Pathologic lore. God damn it, Manly. Sounds like someone needs to be condemned to watch Blue Archive lore videos. Look nothing like that. Yes, they do. Here, I will bring up the Tragedian. The Tragedian. There we go. There we are. Yeah, come on. See? Uncanny resemblance. It's an uncanny resemblance. Notepad, why does Twitch hide videos before deleting them? What are you trying to watch? Mostly they do it just for last second. They do it so the main reason they do it is because they are small holes in the mask, fully black colored. Yeah, I fucking know. I couldn't do it that way, okay, Manly? I did it and it looks scary. So I made the eyes a little bit bigger, okay? You just needed a cat mask, so I made you a cat mask. Jeez. What do you mean I half-assed it? I did really well on these, I think. I think I looked like the Tragedian real well. Without just being entirely black because I couldn't do a skin suit variant of it. And this was originally going to be another thing I couldn't think of it through. You turned out real well because I still need to make you look like Manly. Because you can never escape your cat ear. You know, I think your part of town deserves the place. Deserve the plague. No, you. Twitch hides videos before that to make sure that people aren't watching them or have access to watching them before they delete them. And on whole ass this. Damn straight. I am the whole ass. I am the entire circus. Jeez. Manly doesn't know his fucking pathologic keynote. God. What's next, Manly? You're gonna disappoint your Russian heritage even more. Double check something else. Man, this is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. So what we're gonna do? Wow. Oh. Get away from me. God damn. There's little tiny bugs in my apartment because it's just that time of the year. And every single year they pop up, and there's nothing I can do about them. Elengo. 13 hard, 15. Challenging. I've been having the Danny Phantom theme in my head for the past, like, week for some reason. I don't know why. I think I'm sick or have a tour. It's not fun, but again, it's just been Danny Phantom. I don't know why. I wasn't even like a big Danny Phantom kid growing up. but it's like it's here, and it's Danny we are phantomizing. Can I fit you in more? Fit you any more? I can if I do. That. Tables and properties. We do 0. This. That. You. We hit you. Bada bing. Bada boom. That's how we do it in the Mafia. The Mafia. So, blood, coin, and steel. So, gotta give you the reason why things are really fucked up. Like, things are just... This is where I put in skill checks. This is like... It's just this completely secondary thing I just gotta put in here. So, I'm gonna be trying to fix some of that. Because it's weird. And I want to fix it. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through various character creation stuff. So, every character's this real fast. We're just gonna copy paste everything right. So, characters are rarely average, even more so concerning their fate. Every character has destiny, reflecting their ability to change fate and alter the course of history. Destiny can be spent, which returns it to the character into the following session or burn. Following session. Sounds kind of weird. The acting characters. The acting characters are rarely average. Rarely average. Especially when considering their fate and when considering their fate. Every acting character has destiny. A reflection of their ability to thwart fate and alter the course of history in their favor. Destiny can be used in two ways: spending or burning. Spending destiny has it return to the character the following session, reflecting that moment in time's twist of fate or luck. Let's see. These actually do. Eight. Destiny may be spent on the following. Destiny may be spent on the following. Add another D6 to a skill to a trial. Fucking spell to a trial, nor a penalty for a trial. Trial activate unique effects from benefits or abilities. Burning destiny. Burning destiny has it permanently lower the burning destiny has the sear away a part of their fortune part of their fortune, removing it entirely, however, this act of defiance can change the world, or lead it to ruin. Whenever, when a acting character burns Destiny 3 Wrath of the Fallen XLXL Destiny, they may perform the following: save a character, that's sweet. This, that, save the acting character from death, natural or unnatural. Save the house, save their house, save their house or group from ruin or disaster. Automatically succeed at any trial. All right. Danny Phantom. Ooh, he's a phantom. Oh God. Let's see. I drop about day 3. It's like seeing bullshit rise. Oh boy, bought a collection. Oh, and they drink your blood. Reading a manga about a guy reincarnating a world dominated by women, but he's built like guts and fights in a war and suffering from standard male lust symptoms in a world of reverse morals. No, man, you must invest in spiders. Have you heard about the spiders? Phantom. Only good thing about Danny Phantom is the god bit. Oh no. Manly, please don't join Ember's Ghost Squad. See, that's just one of those things about Danny Phantom that like constantly it's one of those bits that you just remember Ember's Ghost Squad exists and it gets instantly more funny. Good morbing. Ember was, that's the wrong fucking thing. Ember was like one of the like reoccurring ghost characters. She was literally like this ghost rocker girl that that would show up every now and again. Yeah, it was Ember, and you just made me learn about it so I could not have remembered it. Yeah, Ember was yeah, this one. She was just part of a ghost band. That was like the entire thing. Now, there's this guy who really, really liked Ember. Really liked Ember. And thus he made the EGS, Ember's Ghost Squad, which was all various characters that he personally made. The one thing that I find hilarious about all of these things was, let me see if I can find a. So what happened was this guy went into a mall and started fucking shooting. It was like a grocery store or something, and yeah, he was a mass shooter, with the purpose being that he wanted to join Ember's Ghost Squad. He wanted to die so he could become part of Ember's Ghost Squad. That's just one of those things you learn about in human history that you're like, man, wow. So anytime Danny Phantom pops up, I just kind of remember the fact that that this guy does exist. And one of those just funny and, well, not funny, Wasn't funny in any remote capacity. But just like one of those things where you just looked at the human history, you're like, wow, maybe God isn't real. Here's also the pony variants of all of them, just in case we needed that one. So now all of you now all of you know about Ember's Ghost Squad. I forgot to unsub. Don't worry. You're giving me money, I'm fine. Character EGS with Ember but a crackhead. Why wouldn't this guy have written 1,000-part fanfics about her like a normal autist? He did. That's the thing, he did. A little damn show, what the fuck? What the episode where the female ghost goals will determine to kill all men? I liked one character from EGS is just Ember but a crackhead. Yeah. Look, this is what happened to Casper the double. Yeah, it's one of those things where we all just have to remember, like, this guy wanted to join Ember's Ghost Squad, so he just shot up a fucking grocery store, and died. Like, this is one of those bits. This is 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock thinking with Notepad. Every single one of these, like, mass shooters, I've realized, usually have something weird about them. Like, the kid in Buffalo was looking at furry porn. There's another guy who is, like, very obtusely into, like, fucking ponies or something. There's never something simple with it. I'm like, I don't think guns are the problem. I think cartoon women are the problem. Also, why the fuck are there so many children's show about having all the female characters wanting to try gender-side men? Because it's very easy to have boy versus girl narratives. It's because think about it. It's like one of the big things is think about your audience for a vast majority of these shows. You're going to have boys and girls. They're in a moment of time when boys are over there, girls are over here. Like, haha, you've cooties. So it's easy to be like, hey everyone, it's the boys versus girls episode, ha ha ha. Fucking Pokemon had one of those episodes where James is like, let's show these bitches what real men can do, Ash Ketchum. That's just something that I find fun. Elliot Rogers is a gentleman that did nothing wrong, except from killing people. Notepad stories be two types, something history, something genocide, or something autist, something killed innocents. No. We are a good and noble people here. Our side tangents are on productive things, Manly. I will not accept that kind of slander. Justice League episode of the Amazon adopted an island and then found out her origin, decided to kill all men. It happens. James beat Missy and Jesse in a beauty contest. Hey man, James is the ideal man. He's got his girlfriend, he's got a fucking cat, and does everything almost perfectly. Right. He's literally me. All he needs, again, there's my perfect, Pokemon movie. Ryan Gosling as James. Detective Pikachu 2, baby. I'm ready. How do I want to do that? How did I set this up here? We're gonna do... I think we need to introduce... Do we introduce the house first? I think we should introduce the house first. Maybe we don't do that. No, let's do character creation first, because character creation is only going to be 25 pages. So we do character creation. Delicious. So, okay. We've got Destiny, we've got this, so we're going to take this down here. We're going to most likely slap a giant picture or giant thing there. Make sure people know what's what. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to do, Actually, no. We'll do creating the cast. Acting character. No, we'll just do creating the cast, because that's kind of like a, yeah, we're doing character creation. So we go up here. So we go here. When a character is chosen to become an acting character, they will need to be created. Established character, the established characters, such as sons or daughters, may have a rough set of skills and abilities. Skills and abilities already set, but most will need a fresh set of skills. Attributes already set, but mostly a fresh set of skills and abilities. Each character is built using the following steps. They may not seem overly complex, but each is a part of a greater narrative tied together. Their actions will speak louder than their innate talents. Pretty much, I want to tell people, hey, understand that you're not going to have, like, don't look at the numbers, look at what you're doing with those numbers. Let's see, James's base, and when it started doing things, immediately started going downhill, and you fucking planes falling out of the sky, it was bad, like, ooh, right there. Break my back, look down, look at me in the eye. Oof. Why are people paying me on these things? Real. Always select eel. Real. Okay, let's see how. So we want to do age first. So actually, we do age first. First things first, we talk about age. Getting older sucks, but getting older also makes you better. Older characters have more skills. They're not immortal, nor are they forever. Immortal, nor are they forever young. Sometimes the greatest enemy is time, chewing away at the skills and efforts that a After the talents and efforts that the characters invested so much time in. Characters select a starting age, determining characteristics such as starting experience. Starting experience, number of benefits and drawbacks, as well as their ability to defy fate. We hit text, this. You should all be the exact same to make you look nicer. But it's me. Oh, whoa, whoa. Let's do 0.9. Can I do? Let's do 0.9. Numerical age, we do 1.2. Age category, we'll just do 1. Technically, we select you. You may be wondering, why do I call 10-year-olds young adults? This is the actual term they use in the Song of Ice and Fire game. Also, question, do you think that all creative people, by creative I mean people who just make their profession or just do it to the light, are weird? It gives you a profession is mostly imaginative thinking stuff. You have to have some problems. Notepad is weird. That is a very true fact. I think being creatives in generally, how do I want to word this? It's not something you can just do, how do I want to word? If you work in a factory, generally speaking, there might be new things coming in. There might be new ideas or concepts coming in, and you might advance, but things are a lot slower. It's not every single project is something different. Every single thing is something different. Every single book must be written different. Every single thing must be incredibly, repetitious. Repetition makes the world go round, by the way. That's a very important factor of life. That's like a big idea behind it. Something where like your job is if your job is be creative, you're on kind of that constant, like, you always got to be on the ball with most things. You can't just be every day something is changing. Every day someone is trying to kind of like buck up on you a little bit, trying to take your things a bit. Like, that's why it's like every weekend we go over Kickstarter just to see what's new on there, what's changing, what's kind of a trend, what are we seeing more of, what aren't we seeing more, what's on it, what's on here, what's on there, because that's just kind of the nature of the beast a little bit. Creative people are weird, so yeah. But it's like, point me toward a perfectly normal creative soul that makes their entire career around effectively a thing about being weird. I believe that all people, of course, have the capacity for creativity, but channel it all the time. You need something, some spark, trauma, or abundancy of free time. Because while having time to either make you kill yourself or think a lot. Junji Ito is perfectly normal. Like, yeah, even like, you see some things like mangakas and stuff. You kind of see it in them. Like, they're oddballs because they kind of gotta be. Because if you're not odd, if you don't have that thing, something is... You're always being like, we gotta try something new. We're doing something new. We're talking about something new. Yeah, how about... Time. So depending on the setting, the ages may change. The ages may change, but the responsibilities rarely do. This is an most settings becoming an adult in society is being thrust into responsibility. being thrust into the weight of both the name and the titles that they will that they have. Let's see, in the titles that they thrust into the weight of both the name and the titles that they will have. As they grow older, soon the strength of a sword arm becomes weaker. Let's see, as they grow older, soon the strength of a sword arm becomes weaker. The mind begins to cloud. The body starts to give way. Even the strongest of heroes, the strongest of warriors, the wisest of sages, the craftiest of tricksters, all meet their inevitability of the specter of death. All meet the inevitability of the specter of death upon their lives. The age bracket, the acting characters' age bracket is not only their age and skill and prowess, but also how close they flirt with their inevitability and their acceptance denial of such. Generally speaking, when I say, like, depending on the setting, the ages may change. You may want to say, like, kids, young adult, you can't play kids. So, like, yeah, you're not going to play a young adult. But you might have a little bit more, like, it might be 15 to 30 as an adult. But you may want to be like, yeah, we're in a space setting, so, like, you may have, like, a venerable, which is, like, way old. Just going to the movies. Great, people are literally mid-mag. Jinji is fun for his wife and cat when he's not working. It is weird. He's having a lot of mental and creative stamina need to be creative, like tiring being creative. Imagine not playing for an 8-year-old cleric, not Eberron pilled. Technically, if you want, like, I purposely made children not playable for the sole reason that I don't want to be accused of wanting to kill children. Being like, please don't do this. Like, please don't be weird about things. That would be really cool if you don't be weird. Let's see. Do I have the idea of gender roles in the original one? I don't believe I have the idea of gender. Okay, so actually, if we do this, we can take this. What we'll do, character skills represent training, natural abilities, or general demeanor toward others. These are split between physical and intrigue skills. Physical skills are primarily and immediate in nature about getting into conflicts, while intrigue skills thinking things through and undering them and understanding them. Now in this one, I didn't make a point of being like, hey, there are the idea of having gender discrimination. There is a divide in gender roles in Norse society. Men have to learn how to fight. Women cannot learn to fight. Yeah, it's like, yay, this just isn't... Growing up in a society like this, these are kind of the things that you are expected to do. Your first 10 years of existence was, hey little Bjorn, you want to learn how to swing a fucking sword? Hell yeah. Hey little Sigurda, I don't know any female Norse names, you're gonna learn how to fucking knit. Like, that's just how things are. I'm gonna change that though, just because, again, I don't know your setting. I'm gonna be using this. Because I don't know your setting or what you're gonna be using, it's hard for me to say, well, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. My box I've been keeping my playing cards in has just broken. I feel very bad about that. So let's see. So represent the divide in education and raising, and how characters are raised. Represent the divide in education, how characters are raised. Are raised. Each of the characters will have how characters are raised. Each will have either 2 rank 1 skills, 2 rank 1 physical skills, or two rank 1 intrigue skills. Intrigue skills before assigning any experience to skill. This represents a mixture. Represents a character's upbringing, and represents a character's initial upbringing and expectations. In some settings, this may be a divine, may be more strict, such as gender role, or be less obvious, such as being being raised in the city country. Isn't that because men are more expendable? Well, the idea there is that, like, men are supposed to be, in Norse society, the entire concept is men are supposed to be a little bit more aggressive. You're supposed to, your honor is always at stake. It's your family's honor. Like, you're actively pursuing honorable action. Women are trying to protect their honorable action. That's kind of the idea. Men act, women are acted upon. Let's see. A character may also adopt new skills by selecting particular benefits, representing training, and go. Let's see. Or are pretty far up. That. Pictures. But what we can do here is these are our basic skills across just about everything. Don't really need to worry too hard about. Later we do that. let's see. Is there something I can do to... Natural power, constitution, health. Skill and melee fighting ability and melee fighting ability, ranged ability, ranged fighting ability. We just keep it a little bit more. Maybe we do. Maybe we change it up. We do put physical skills here, intrigue skills here, merge the table. Technically, that we unmerge cells. Put you at. You don't need to be very big. We put you at. Put you at 1. Put you at 1. Because you're going to be... You are entirely at 2. Fuck. Fucking hate columns, by the way. Columns in Google Docs is fucking work of magic, and sometimes it just doesn't want to work with you at all. How big are you? What's the column with? 3? No, it's not. It's not 3 at all. I don't know why it's telling me it's 3. Let's click that. Okay, what if we clicked both of you and you are 3, you are 3, you are 1.5, you are 1. I don't know what. Fucking God. Fucking damn it. No column width. Actually, no. Fuck, God damn it. What am I worrying about you for? I don't need to worry about you. What am I doing? 1.5, 1.5. This is now 3. You're going to be 1. You are going to be 2. You are going to be 2. You are going to be 1. You are going to be, so you're 1.5. Dun 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 dun. You can be 0.75. You can be 0.75. That means be 2.25. Means you can be 0.2.25. Cool. Using the power of so we put you in. It will get shrunk down a little bit. Marksmanship. We do that. We do you. Put you down the bit. So maybe we do bring you up to 0.85, 0.9. We do up to 0.9. Good work. But if we go to 0.9, we need to bring you down. We went up by 2. We do 0.5. 2.5. And we increase the size of the can. So we keep the size like that. We so not we Play-Doh. We bring 8. We do that. Awareness, cunning, deception, persuasion, fucking spell. And so we then do what if I type this in like just a little bit large, but eight, hit that button. Cool. That means we're allowed to go back here, select all of this. Just select you, do that, and then we do. I'm gonna fuck everything over a little bit, but it should be fucking fine. You, we're gonna hit 8. Backspace, backspace, back. Select you, we hit you, we here, we hit that, we select you with Plato. Entirety of this table, we delete that table. Boom, baby, boom, we are gaming. There we are. Yeah. This was starting experience points. By character's age, they are able to invest in increasing their skills. Each skill costs the amount of experience equal to its next rank. In order. For example, have rank 5 in a skill, the character would need to spend 15 experience. 1 plus 1 plus each rank must be purchased individually, just kind of reinforcing that idea over and over and over again. Then we do here. We add a fucking table to make sure people fucking understand that they please understand. Like, I am begging you, please understand math. Do you understand? Do you understand the math here? With you, Eto. Or can I get away? Do something like that. You off to the left. Yeah, we can actually probably bump you that. So that. So just kind of give people an understanding of what everyone's ranks are going to be looking like. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What we should do is we should add the note. Table 1, 2. Side note. One, we bring 1. Let's see. Side note, on average, an exceptional people. An average person will have 0 to 2 in most things. A simple representative of raw skill and abilities, requiring to live in a harsh environment. Okay. Exceptional. These averages can quickly increase. Seasoned veteran of many battles. Many have 3 and 5 in their fighting skill. Fighting skill, while a crafty trader may have 3 to 5 in their persuasion. The specialized character should feel specialized in understanding what the household needs. May be different between a rough winter. Between success and damnation. Go. This we do like, here's the side note. There's the side note, so we kind of understand it's a little bit different size than everything. Can we bump it up to 9? No, we cannot. We're going to keep it up to 8. A little bit different from everything, so people kind of understand that, hey, things are a little different, therefore understand that this is not quite the same. Off to the side a little bit. That, we change everything to this. We table properties. We set it black, not red. We set it black. Black on black. We are fucking gaming. Cool. Crane gaming. So, health and well-being. Health and well-being technically needs to change to 2. Characters not immortal. Change this. We go here and this. Hitting the gritty for the brain. We are hitting the gritty. Wounds and near misses. So do this. This. So, wounds are near misses, physical fatigue, and flesh wounds that plague the battlefield. You have an axe, slam of a hammer, or stab of a spear, coming closer to striking home. Blood is the physical wounds and deadly strikes to the character, each point approaching their untimely demise. All willpower's ability and more influence and listen to the character's own moral compass and belief. Composure is the ability to resist influence fully by another and twisting character's point. Yeah. Twisting the character's view to the influencer. Influence. Wounds or the character starts to reduce blood or composure. Excess damage is taken, 8 harm, and only 3 wounds remain. Wounds or willpower is reduced. Taken. 8 harm and only 3 wounds remain. Wounds or willpower and wounds or willpower is then reduced to 0, but there is no rollover into blood or composure. Power can be reduced with no penalty to the character, representing ability to shrug off injury, or bent arguments. Blood and composure are more serious, and the character's likelihood to see the value in the argument are more serious. Bloody and mortal wounds, and the character as more serious and mortal wounds, as well as the character's likelihood to see the value in the argument their influencer is making. Blood or composure lost, -2 for that conflict in question. Reduced to 0, the victor is determined by the consequence of combat victory. Intrigue. In an intrigue victory, determine what technique was. There's sight. Recovery. The character survives combat or intrigue, but is wounded. Wounds and willpower recover the next day or during a rest. Character tension just relaxes. Any blood loss is lost until the next season, representing battle wounds and difficulty. Let's see. If a character survives combat or intrigue, but is wounded or lost composure, lost their head, it takes time to recover. Wounds and willpower recover the next day or during a rest. Representing the character receiving basic medical attention, or just relaxing to collect thoughts. Any blood lost is not recovered until the next season, representing battle wounds and difficulties resulting from them, and the aches from them. If a character is knocked out or even maimed, they will reset to 2 blood. Composure recovers at a rate of 1 per day, but acting as the character trying to come to terms with their choice, but still being malleable to those willing. The entire concept is that getting hurt sucks. Don't get hurt. Oh no, I'm in combat. Why? Why are you in combat? Don't. Dying sucks. It turns out, kids, getting stabbed is bad for your health. So avoid that. Just don't get stabbed, everyone. New meta. I don't know about you guys, but I think a new meta is here, and I think that meta is not getting fucking stabbed. Heading to every character's unique individual series of quirks, oddities, skills, and history which shape who they are. When a character is made, they will have a series of benefits and drawbacks to present parts of them. Any character can freely select any of the following, but some will continue to haunt the character and their family until they can redeem themselves in the eyes of both redeem themselves, or overcome some major challenge. Each character has a predetermined number of benefits and drawbacks determined by their age, but may choose to take more using their destiny. Using their destiny. Character can gain a new destiny by reducing their starting destiny by 1, but gain an additional destiny by taking an extra drawback. This may only occur once for both. So only one additional drawback, one additional benefit or back. So I'm gonna call it here because I'm gonna give you a secret. This is the nightmare. This is the problem child, because there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of these, and all of them are slightly different from one another. Every single one of them does their own thing slightly differently, and everything, and it's like, oh, I don't know how to write these. Saga, I think I kind of fixed most things up in Saga, but there's also a few things that were changed and kind of were edited in some ways or added, such as boat traders. Boat traders are very particular to Saga, to the Saga. You're just a detective. You have the investigate skill. You're a sailor. Hey, you've got all these drawbacks. You're just boring. You are in a shitty marriage. Everyone's just scared of you. Sample characters. There we go. Yeah. So generally speaking, what we're going to do on Wednesday is work on benefits and drawbacks. That's going to be kind of the goal there. My big thing is, if we really kind of use the SRD, there's a lot more of these, is I kind of want to get on Wednesday, my goal is to get through pretty much all of this stuff, kind of like the main game section, like conflicts and stuff. And then on Friday, we're going to work on the house. We're going to work on probably houses and merchant houses. Depending on how much time we have, we might change things up and add in new things and some old things. But like a lot of these are like generational play. Does this do? That I'm mostly going to be able to just copy paste over, just because, and just clean it up. That's kind of the big thing. A lot of like these. Like, this is just my notes. You know, yeah, abuse your characters. This is the idea of sex, because sex is sex. Getting into conflicts. Stop telling me how to play my character. The vague nature of the rules. Open natures of play. Various bullshit settings that, like, this is like, here's a note. Like, what is, like, a Japanese setting of this is going to look like? Like, yeah, here's what, you know, what is some gonzo setting? Intergalactic space feudalism. Fight for the future. Shoujo anime. Shonen anime. You want to play in a shitty, you know, shonen anime? Yeah, go for it. You're just the bad guys. Yeah. Generally speaking, that's what we're going to be doing today. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope to see you all. Probably it'll be Wednesday again. Tomorrow's video we're going to be working on jackals, so that'll be fun. I'm going to write the script probably the second I close this out. So, Godspeed. Good luck.